Alright, so what is up guys, it's Zero here, and today I thought I'd bring to you my Angel Feather deck. Something that I've just been playing around because I managed to get all the cards, but this deck's been pretty fun, so without further ado, here's the list, and I'll go over why I play every card. So, before we even start, you'll clearly see this is the Zerachiel build, not the Hellm build, where you get crit. This is the multi-attack build where you use Zerachiel and the Herm to get in extra attacks, which is pretty nice. So we'll start from the top. We're playing the Sunny Smile Angel. We play it because all your other starters suck. So, and a fifth heal is never bad. So this is why we play it. Pretty nice too, because if this card ever falls into our damage zone, we can always wrap it back to no heals and recycle it. So that's a really cool interaction that can happen with this card. Yeah, this is probably your best starter. You could try playing other stuff like the Turiel instead. That could get like a nice no CL if you really want, but I think the Sunny Smile is better with extra heals. Next up, that's the way Obligatory. We're playing 4 PGs. We play the new one. We do have a Break Ride deck, although it's not too important. But but the thing is, you still don't really want to be held at 3 because your deck is still very limited reliant. Also, this thing having Celestial name can come up every once in a while, so that's another reason why we play this over the old PG. Alright, so next we will have to go over the 4 no-CLs. In my opinion, the no-CLs are arguably like the best cards in the deck, because being able to just tutor a card from your damage zone and countercharge at the same time is super good. It sucks that this card's only a 6k body, but or being a 6k booster sucks, but honestly speaking, like, I think you need to max out on both the grade 1 and the grade 2 lists, in my opinion. If you don't know what it does, it's on play, you may put a card from your hand in damage. If you do, you add a card from your damage to your hand. The card you put in goes into their face up, so that's how the counter charging aspect of it works. So yeah, very good card. I would not cut any number of these. Next, we play 3 of the ponies. I don't remember the names, so we're just gonna call it the pony. Pony's skill is Vanguard Rear. When a card is put into your damage zone, it gets plus 2k. The reason why we play this over, say, like a Celestial grade 1 for Zerachiel to swap in and out is because since we're playing a lot of 8k, we're playing 7 8k grade 2s in the deck, so we want a booster that can scale well with it. The pony will scale well with it because both the 8k grade 1s do some interact with your damage zone, meaning if you have the pony as a booster behind one of these cards, it will make a, let me think, 17k lane? Yeah, 17 is 8k plus 8 plus 9 is 17. So yeah. So this is why we play the pony as our quote unquote filler slot, because in my opinion, the only necessary cards are the no CLs and the PGs. Yeah, we play 3 of these to help you scale lanes with smaller grade 2s, which is really nice to make these cards not hit for shit numbers. Next we play 2 self pings. You could play more ponies if you want over the self pings, but I choose to play the 2 self pings because again, you don't always go for your break ride. You don't always ride Ramiel first. Like, Ramiel is not a priority in this deck to get the first ride. You can just sit on Zerachiel. If you have self ping, you can just use Zerachiel's Limerick a turn earlier. And since this is Angel Feather, since you put extra into your damage, that's an extra card you could potentially grab with no CL, or it could be like a Zerachiel that you slam into damage and it could stay there, meaning you just set yourself up for relevant returns. Yeah, self pings have like double use in this deck, which I think is really cool and worth playing like a few copies. Right, I'm only playing 2, but like that's because I can't find space for any. I think that all the other cards are super important too. Next, we have the grade 2 no CL. This is just alt art. It's the same thing as this. Same reasons we play the grade 1. It swaps. It like toolboxes your damage zone. Really good card. Yeah, not much to say. Whatever I said that was good with the grade 1, it applies to the grade 2 as well. So this being an intercept, so I'd say that makes it a little better. Next, we play 3 of the Hermieres. It's just your generic counterblast 2 on hit draw card. This card's actually really nice considering you have 8 counter charges in your deck, quote unquote counter charges with the no CL. So you don't really get strapped for counterblast for the card in this deck. And the extra draw is really nice because you're a relatively combo oriented deck, and extra draw just means you can afford to hold the combo pieces in hand and still have stuff to play down. Yeah, the extra plus in this card is actually really strong. This card's super good, specifically in Angel Feathers. Other decks play it at a few copies too, but don't be surprised if you see some lists playing it at 4. So this card, you could actually resolve all 4 level with Counterblast if you have the if you flip heals and use the no skills enough. Yeah, I only played at 3 because I wanted space for the other stuff, but yeah, this card's super strong. Next, another really good card. This card's a new card. It's the Zerachiel. So first off, she has Celestial name, so that's important. But her skills rather than play is the reason we play, because she lets you tutor anything from your deck to your damage. So her skill is on play, on rear only. Keep that in mind. It's rear only. Counterblast 1 to put any card from your deck into your damage face down. So it is a counterblast, and then you put the thing into damage face down, so you don't just do it for free, and then you choose a card from your damage zone and put it into your drop. So usually the card you put is probably whatever you counterblast unless you needed that in damage to make it so this card isn't just counterblast, just flip 2 cards face down. That's usually how you mitigate it, so it's cost the actual counterblast 1. But the card's really good because early on you can use it to tutor a ride if you need it, like the Hermieres or the Zerachiel. Later on in the game, you can use it to put its Zerachiel into damage to enable her limit break, to give her the board power pump. You can also use it to tutor PGs that grab after the no seal. So this card's really versatile, and I think it was a very much needed card for the deck to be able to just make full use of damage zone, because now you can literally put whatever you want in there and then grab it back. So that's super good. This card's really good. The only downside is that it's an 8k base, so it's a little bit small, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, that's the reason why we run ponies. And then next, we play 3 of these 10k vanilla. Specifically this one because it's the Celestial one, so name does matter. Name does matter. But the reason we play this is because I just basically just wanted something to be big, an intercept that isn't puny like these, to swap with the Hermieres after she hits the grab from damage zone. I specifically chose this one because the extra 3k from 12k attacker usually doesn't make enough of a difference. So since we choose between those two, the 10k is better in my opinion, because riding a 10k deters people from aggroing you early on. So that's actually really nice. Because this deck does not appreciate getting aggroed very hard, because you want to take it slightly slower in the early game, get your cards in hand, get your combo pieces. So yeah, that's why it's nice, and Celestial in name, so you can swap it in and out with the Zerachiel. So yeah, pretty good card. This is probably the slot I'd say you could swap for personal preference. Like if you don't care for name, you could play the upgrade 2 pony in here. You can play 12k attacker if you really want that extra power. This is definitely a flex spot in my opinion. It's just that I choose to play the vanilla. Next, we'll move on to the Great 3s. So we'll start off with the star of the show, the Zerachiel. So her skill is a limit break 4. At the start of your battle phase, you put a Celestial rear guard into your damage zone face down. So this is not optional, but if you don't have it, you just don't do it, which is fine. More often than not, that part of the skill isn't really the focus of it. But in the case that you do it, you call a Celestial from your damage zone to the same rear guard circle. So this is why Celestial names matter. It's basically just for Zerachiel. Like doing this can scale your ponies to make them even bigger. But more often than not, that skill's not really used, not the focus of this card. The reason we use this card is because of the second part of her effect, which is in addition, if you have a copy of Zerachiel in your damage zone, this is why getting a copy of her into damage is important. And this Zerachiel in your damage can be face down, so you don't have to keep it open, flipped up or anything. You can counterblast it and be fine with it. This unit gets the effect. All of your units get plus 3k, so everything on your board gets 3k. And what appreciate that extra 3k power pump is the Hermieres. Herm? Just call him Herm. Because the main problem with her before is that you needed to either flip a trigger for her to hit on booster, so you can save your booster for when she calls a card from your damage when she hits. Either that, or you just call the card and you don't do anything with it, which is not good. Yeah, the Zerachiel fixes all the problems with Herm, and the power gain isn't restricted to from Zerachiel isn't restricted to Celestial. So this Herm gets the power, which is really good. Your boosters come really fat too, so scaling is super easy with this. But let's say your opponent double intercept, you go rear into rear, Vanguard into rear. If you see a trigger, you give to the booster behind the Herm, and then Herm hits unboosted. You counterblast one, put her in damage, grab something else, and you hit it with that lane again. That lane is basically guaranteed to hit trigger or not because it's a 6k pump total, so that's basically just hits over a defensive super easily. So yeah, really nice. She also has a counterblast 2, get 5k power for the turn. This actually comes up more often than you would think, just to scale lanes properly. And since you have the no skill to countercharge, like this isn't actually that bad of a cost. So yeah, comes up every once in a while. You use the scale lanes, but that's pretty much it. And we'll go over the Hermieres next, just because we were already talking about it. She was set 1, rear guard on hit, counterblast 1, put her into damage zone, and call a card other than herself. Anywhere, it doesn't have to be where she was. You can call it anywhere. And the card you call it face down. You flip this card face down, so you don't just get through countercharge. Yeah, so this card plus Zerachiel giving her power, making sure she can hit unboosted, makes it so you can do reliable multi attacks, which is what the deck's lacking before. The deck before just kind of folded double intercept. Now, if you play this build in specific, you can get a 4th attack in. That scales for power really, so that's super good. Or you play the Hellm build where you just crit your opponent a lot, which is also, I think both builds are pretty good. Just that this was the build I was gifted by the game, so this is the one I play. Yeah, this is like your key combo piece with the deck. And then next, we'll go over the Break Ride, the Hermieres. So when rolled upon, Vanguard gets plus 10k, like all Break Rides, and then you look at top 3, you choose a card from among them to put into your damage zone, and then grab a card from your damage zone to your hand. So yeah, like this card is cool. It can get you your pieces in there and stuff like that, but this card honestly is like cuttable if you don't care for the Break Ride. I play it because if I happen to see it, I will always ride it first, but it's not a priority per se. So yeah, this card's cool. Oh, it also has the Waterfall skill where it's when attacking Vanguard plus 3k. So yeah, that lets you scale for lanes pretty well if you put a pony behind it. So, this card's okay. This card's definitely cuttable if you don't have them, which is cool. It's only a double rush, it shouldn't be that hard, but if you don't have these are completely cuttable. And then the one-up is a sham skill. This can literally be anything. I just played this as your best backup ride in case you like whiff on this or this for whatever reason. It's just your one-up, nothing too special. This can be anything. These are nice to have, but these could honestly be anything as well. So yeah. So that is the deck profile. So after this, I'll have some games for you from my live stream that I do on Twitch. Maybe if you haven't already, make sure to check out my Twitch. I'm like live there every day. I guess every night for me, but yeah. So yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, check out my Twitch. I don't know if these games are going to be muted or not. If they are, I'm sorry in advance. I'll try to remember to turn on different music next time when I do another deck profile. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you next time. Peace out.